G'day Internet, welcome to Stick Ninjas, DevLog episode 19. My name is Andrew Russell. Now we haven't had a look at the graphing tool for a while, so why don't we go and have a look at that for a bit. In the last two episodes I showed you replicated events and slow prediction, and these work in the graphing tools. So first of all, replicated events. Here's the muzzle flash, and you can see it happening here, and I can swipe time back and forth and you can see it sort of explode and then go back and so on. And if I go way forward in time, you'll also see the grenade explosion effect happen in the graphing tool. The other thing that I showed you was slow prediction, and this works in the graphing tool as well. Slow prediction is a bit tricky to demonstrate because it's supposed to be more or less invisible. Here's the player firing a grenade, and you'll notice that the client side line starts off in green, and that represents an object that only exists on the client. So its spawn has been predicted on the client. And then you'll notice that it goes pink eventually, and this is when the first snapshot has arrived from the server. And so it's now starting to try and work its way to the authoritative time. The server line, of course, is the line in black. So this is running prediction. So you'll notice that the client projectile is ahead in time from the authoritative position of the projectile. And you can see that if I toggle back and forth. The client position is ahead of the server position. Now this is a slow prediction, so the idea behind that is that the client gradually reduces the amount of time it's predicting ahead so that the server catches up to it. So you'll notice if I go forward and do that toggling thing again, the grenade position on the server and the client slowly get closer and closer together until they're at the same position on the same frame, and they explode at the same time. So the last network logic thing that I had to work on is backwards reconciliation, or lag compensation. And the way this works is basically the server keeps track of a object's history, and then when the client shoots a gun or something and a hit test has to take place, it uses the historic position so that the objects, when the hit test happens, are in the same place on the server as they would appear on the client. So it's kind of easier to see visually, so let's go and take a look at that. First of all, I've added instant hit weapons. So here's a simple gun. I brought back the bouncing box guy and made it a little bit larger, so you might remember him from when I first talked about this. The gun is just a visual at the moment, so Mr. Bouncing Box is in no danger for now. So I'm going to switch to client A, and I'm going to turn on visualization of position history. So the red boxes you can see on the server represent the hit tests for client A. So now I'm going to slow time right down to make this easy to see, and I'm going to shoot the bouncing box just as it hits the ground on client A. Now if you watch what happens on the server, the lag compensated hits box is being hit exactly in the position it is on the client when the client hits fire. So essentially, if you shoot something on the client, you'll shoot it on the server. You don't have to lead targets or anything. Now, of course, if you look at the actual position of the bouncing box, it's moved onwards. So even though this is a kill shot, it's not actually going to look like a kill shot for everyone. So this is something I'm going to have to do something fancy to make this actually work. I might wait until I've got the rest of the networking put together before I actually start working on that. Anyway, that's everything for this week. If you'd like to sign up to get a notification when Stick Ninjas is available for playable pre-order, you can go to stickninjas.com and do that there. And if you'd like more development news, you can follow my blog at andrewrussell.net or follow me on Twitter at _AndrewRussell. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.